There ain't no such thing as a free lunch. Hello and welcome to this installment of the Quotes Series. My name is Jesse Durham. We're on this channel. We're digging up buried talents with the infinite banking concept as described and conceived in R. Nelson Nash's book, Becoming Your Own Banker. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Now that is a very common saying where I'm from, and normally we do a pretty cursory view of these famous quotes and relate them to and compare them or view them through the infinite banking lens. And yet the more I looked at this one, the more I found out. So let me just say quickly, and you let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know in what way you view this saying, or you've heard or used this saying. There's no such thing as a free lunch. So on the surface, I can see what that means, that to accomplish something good, and especially great, that it takes determination and maybe some skill, grit, perseverance, many things, right, to go into doing something and doing something well. And the idea of handouts. So, like I said, there's a lot here. So I understand the merit of hard work. And yet I know that Nash has always encouraged us to rethink our thinking. You know, the concept of leverage has been something that I've spoken about recently with my children. And we talk about how leverage could be used to make a given task easier, or it could be used to make something harder. So no free lunch. I get that, but I don't want to just take it just at face value and not recognize also something that's come up in a conversation with my own children even. So let me give you an example. Let's say that I noticed a fallen tree on someone's property. Now, what if I were to go up, knock on that door, offer to cut up that tree and remove it from that property? Now, I know that there are paid professionals, people that are great at what they do, that actually earn a living for such work. But I'm just trying to take a very clean example and say, would I be providing a service for that person? Well, yes, if they don't want that tree encumbering and littering their yard, they might be very, very glad to have somebody come and remove that for them. Well, what if and this is what I prompted to my sons, well, what if I then took that wood, split it up myself, and sold it for firewood? Now, isn't that somewhat of an example, at least? Because I know you, like me, we're going to have to decide just what is what here in getting something for free. But what I'm saying is, in that scenario, did I get the wood for free? Well, yes and no. Yes, it didn't cost me any money, okay? So that would lead us to talk about things like opportunity cost, and there have been economists that have spoken about that. So again, without going too deep down the rabbit hole, but making mention of opportunity cost and economics, there's a lot that we could unpackage there. But did it cost me any money for that source material to get to my end result of being able to sell wood, firewood, for a profit? No, it didn't cost me any money. But did it cost me something to knock on the door to venture a yes or no? I mean, it wasn't certain because it's not my tree. So we would have to come into an agreement. And then, of course, I would have to remove the wood. I would have to saw it. I would have to split it. If, I do that by hand, then there's a lot of labor there. If I do it with machinery, well, there was still cost in getting the machinery. So I am trying to make a point that there is value in recognizing that you can get something for nothing, depending on how you look at it. And also recognizing that there is no free lunch in that, for sure, even in that scenario. There were other variables to consider. So it's an interesting idea that there's no such thing as a free lunch. I don't know the origin. If you know the origin of this saying, let me know. I've looked at some uses. It may be the case that some bars would offer a free lunch for those who were buying alcoholic beverages. I've traveled in Spain at the time of my last trip to Spain, at least. You would be served tapas, and that would be some little tasty appetizer as long as you ordered a soda or some drink. At the restaurants, you'll be seated out on the street, and you would be brought up fresh olives or cheese or just some little tasty appetizer for every refreshment that you would end up buying. So is it a free lunch if you're paying for a Fanta? Which is what I favored while I was there. No. Yes, but no. So what I'm saying is, for sure, there's a lot there. So to keep it cursory for now, if you'd like to continue this conversation or offer some input on there's no such thing as a free lunch, put that in the comment section, or to reach me directly, you can call 828-817-4223, or you can email durhamtalents@gmail.com. I hope that this has been interesting for you as it has been for me. It's been a great pleasure. Hope you have a great day. Take care. There ain't no such thing as a free lunch.